Hello and welcome to Legend, and this will be part 2. In the previous part, which was the first part, I made sure to catch people up to what we were doing, and then we went out and did some banner fights. One of them quite intentionally, and the other one somewhat intentionally. We are now at the gate of Fagranc, which is a city. Consists of various different dungeons, and it is a place we're going to be returning to quite a few times. That's basically the main binder of the story. You will be in this area for the dungeon level 2, and then you'll go somewhere else, and then you'll come back, and then you'll go somewhere else and come back, and so on and so on. So we will be to go into this location quite a few times. So let us head inside and get attacked immediately. That's why you hit the rally, in order to get your friends to come over and help, because he's getting rather mauled at the moment. Can you go far away, please? You just go berserk now. That's fine. You fight. You hide in the shadows and fight. The Rune Guards will just have to sit in the background and funny. City, stupid, whatever he does. As you can see with the combat, people are running around chasing monsters who are chasing the heroes, which is lovely. One good thing is, when it comes to looting money, the characters will when it comes to gold, you just have to loot one bag and then never run around and picking up anything. Power potion. Cool. Look at this little bit here. That bar tune we are playing, by the way, is a regeneration tune, but it's better than nothing. Beyond these doors lies the Great Stairs. It is a room that is inaccessible to us because it doesn't kick in before you get down to Fagranc level 3. And that is a shortcut, so you can get back up when you start going further down. Should probably see if there's anything on that table. There could be. Always search every single object. And the loot in places is completely random. Effectively, if you wanted to, you could save scum every single room, but I don't really want to do that. And this little editing cut means I've saved. I am cutting out the saving of the game, but I will be saving at regular intervals. That looks like there's something on that floor. Was it just me? No. I was wrong. Anything to take here? Nope. Okay. Or walk away. I should make some spells up for him. Are you fighting anything in front? Yes, you are. Haha. Of course, the fact that monsters and enemies are running around chasing each other like that means when you're using an item like that, it will do some damage. Monster suddenly decides to move away and then run into the face of one of your characters, and then you hit your character instead. And because friendly fire is most assuredly a thing, that can go horrifically wrong very, very quickly. But we managed to survive this onslaught. Anything here? Nothing there. Okie dokie, look. Arcane Lord tells of a magic shrine which appears each beamdale till dawn. That is a location that is relevant much later. Oh, okay. Oh. Anything else? Missile dagger? Not bad. You can get that to him. I'm sure that's got just a normal dagger. The attack factor and defense factor is usually an indication of that shows if a weapon is better than another. Missile dagger should be better than a normal dagger, but let's see. 7975, 8475, so it's slightly better, but better is better. No complaints about that. Let's move that up there. I should definitely remember to use this. Amber Wings cast this rune, which is anti-magic or anti-mage, as it's called in this game. And the spell hierarchy works in such a way that this spell is above everything else. You can dispel everything, and everything can be dispelled. Anti-mage protects against damaging things. Speed, teleport, and healing are considered to be, and regen, of course, are considered to be buffs. So anti-mage will not stop those spells. It would be a bit silly if you protected your character with anti-mage and then couldn't heal them. But this spell, as I said, will override everything. So if you have speed regeneration and anti-mage on, and a monster cast a dispel on you, you lose them all in one go. But that applies to monsters as well, so I suppose, I mean, it fair's fair and all that stuff. I should make some spells I said something about. When you've already mixed spells, you can click on your spell list and say, I want some more of those. Let's make some more of these. I don't think they have enough oomph anymore, but as you can see, it just takes the mats down the button. Let's do that. Okay. Missile damage. We need another spell. We need a yeah, ideally we want to add the spell to that component, but you know what? Let's just do a missile and paralyze. We got Flimsy Mandrake, and that is our spell. We'll shift them around so they are in better directions, order, thing, whatever. And then I want the missile spell. I'm not going to make use of it just now, but later on I will definitely be making heavy use of combination spells. So I'll just have to remind myself, 0 is the spell and 9 is paralyzed. We want about 10 of those, and no, I didn't want to do that. You click to select the spell and you have to click again to unselect it, or as you can see, you will move it about. A bit annoying, but it's a minor thing. We can probably make a few of these. If enemies have anti-mage on them, then they will not be paralyzed. But if they don't, they will be paralyzed, which of course will set them off being smacked in the face. Let's get a few more of these, shall we? Nope, come on, I hate this system. Select, and let's get 15 of them. That was lovely. I was sure I saved the game, but apparently the game didn't register that I actually saved it, so yeah, I've probably been saying an awful lot of stuff that was blah, whatever. Okay. Yeah. Let's move. Come on. Move. This way, please. Didn't do any damage to him, so he's likely magic resisted. He's not magic resisted anymore. As you can see, he was blasted for 300 odd. But our Berserker's been paralyzed. The enemies will cast the spells like you cast, which is always good for him. Aha. Interesting. It's not just an instrument. I don't think there's anything special about it. Give it to her anyway. Nothing there. Good to know. You know what, mate? If you actually try and get behind something, that might help. Not doing any damage to him, which is a bit of a shame. Oh well. He survived it. Experience. Barely. A lot of enemies will have a lot of buffs, just like our characters can have them. So, yeah. You throw a damaging spell at something and it doesn't take any damage from it, that usually means it's protected by anti-mage, which means it needs to be dispelled. And that's why basically when you're casting damaging spells at enemies, you want to have a dispel component in with the spell, but we don't have the resources to do such right now, which is rather annoying. This is another reason, by the way, why I have been somewhat apprehensive about covering this game, is the fact that you go into a room and you're not prepared or whatever, and then suddenly your entire party just dies. It happens, it's one of those things, and it's not particularly useful when that happens. That's a dispel, if I'm not mistaken. You know what, if you would stop flanking... Come on. That was a dispel because our assassin went out of shadows. So... even when he doesn't go berserk, he's still going to soak most of the experience, by the way. Just saying. I don't know whether I was part of the first part of this video, but I will say that because of the setup of how we are navigating these dungeons, the walking about is likely going to look a bit convoluted, but that is because the keys for the various different doors and various different rooms, and yeah, let's just go berserker and it's fine. You basically have to walk around in every single dungeon room in order to get all the keys for the doors. So, minimizing the amount of travel. And another thing I wasn't sure whether was part of the video part, but I'm going to say it again if it is, if it wasn't even. If I said it before, it's going to be a second time I say it, and if I haven't said it before, then it's not going to be an issue. Any backtracking, obviously there can be some, because we are currently heading in that direction to get to a room. And then we will need to go to another room. This is up there somewhere, and then we need to get back to here. The backtracking part I'm going to edit out. Unless everything super exciting happens, there's no point in people having to watch me just running through dungeon levels, because it can be quite a bit of backtracking. So let's see what the next room brings. You go berserk, you hide in shadows, and you use that ring. You can do something useful, maybe. Come on, get into the back. See that desire to just engaging enemies at the closest point means that the assassin definitely is the one that needs the most micromanagement, which is rather annoying. And trying to reposition him all the time can be rather dull, to say the least. Just rally and do that. Come on. Rally means that they are trying to protect the character that calls for the rally. If I get you to hide in shadows, you're less likely to be targeted. If I get you to cast some damage in the face of him, or in the back in this case, and if I get you to walk behind this enemy behind, please walk behind. I beg you, walk behind. You see, if these guys were actually doing what you wanted them to do, then it wouldn't be so bad. There's nothing here. Okay, did we try and check with him? I think we did, but I'm going to do it again. Yep, nothing. A lot of splatters, but nothing beyond that point. Obviously, when it comes to the recording aspect of this particular title, I could just record stuff in a continuous stream and then what's it called? Do some commentary on top of that, but I would prefer to do this live, so to speak, whatever. One, two. Thank you. I mean, that way I could have it edited at the same time, making everything streamlined, but it's just doing after commentary on a long series like this is bound to be, or semi-long at least. I mean, it will just be a donkey thing. The downside, of course, is once you have to reload and you're trying to remember what all the garbage you're yapping about was, then it becomes a bit annoying. But it is one of those things. When it comes to the overview videos and things like that, I will happily do commentary after, because I can gather my thoughts and here's close. And decide on what I'm going to say and things like that. But when it comes to gameplay of series of this kind of type, I like to do live if I can. So, okay. Is anything on the table? If it looks like an object, you want to check it, basically. Let's check the bed. There might be something there. You never know. Azure key. Or Azure, whatever. I call it Azure. Maybe I'm wrong. Put me first. And now we need to leave this room and go up this way. Nothing there. Okay. Those chaos didn't he find some chaos glass? What are those? I would assume that is a assassin-like item. You can't equip them though. I just want to see, yeah. That's an armor class of 1. That's an armor class of... so I can't use that. That's very simply done. You can't have a ring and gloves equipped at the same time, so... yeah. Yes, gloves. Can you use that? Likely, maybe? I don't know. Okay, would that mean that that's you? Intriguing. Yes, it is. Gives a whopping 1 hour class more. Do you get anything else? No, that's... no. Okay. Nice to know. Anyway, let us head in here. This room is a pain in the backside, so instead of having you watch me screw around, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. We need to step on that switch, and we need to step on that switch, and then we need to get a key from this chest. But there are invisible teleport squares all over the place that will send us back to the entrance. So it will take me a few moments to actually remember how to navigate this, and then we can resume. I will edit out the mess about. I can just show you. If you go over there, you can stand over there. Plop, that activates the square, and then you can walk over there, can't you? See, looks fine, doesn't it? And then, nope, not fine anymore. So. The secret path, or the safe path, is going this way, all the way around. 2 squares over, 1 square over there, 1 square over there. And then you need to get over to that, because that allows for a path here. So you can actually get around the chest and do it from the side, because there's a teleport square right in front of it, which is always good fun. Anyway, we got 1 character through the minefield, and you can see now that square shows up there. There's an enemy behind that door. Interesting. Anyway, you can actually get to see the path we need to take. Because, yeah. As I was saying, there's a teleport square right in front of the chest, so we can't stand in front of the chest and using it. But what we can do is you can do this, and then do this, and then that should be perfectly safe, and then we can do this. And then we can take in front of our own feet, or at our own feet, and then the character will check the square in front of them as well. So, the ruby key opens this door, but we're going to leave it for now, because we don't need to go this way. But I just want to show you, right in front of the chest, the teleport pad. Since I have no idea how much time I've lost in the process of not saving the game apparently, I will call this a part here, and when we come back we are going to be exploring more of the dungeon. As I said, my intention is to try and squeeze as much in as I can for each part, but it's going to take a certain amount of time to get through this. So, as for now, thanks for watching, take care, see you next time, bye bye.